Welcome in. What's Driving the Right, episode 389. This episode, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Boost Mobile. A reminder to everyone, like, rate, subscribe, review. This is I can't believe it's already week 10. A little sad. Halfway through the NFL season. It is our week 10 gambling show. Coming off a winning week for me, tough week for Damonza. Might be the first teaser all year, Damonza, where you lost two of the three legs.
Yeah.
I don't know that you've had.
No, I think it's always been one.
Yeah, you've always been one short, but that's okay. We'll rebound. Yeah. And a reminder, all the lines come from Hard Rock Bet. We went 3-2 last week. The two losers were stone losers. Detroit minus 8.5 against Minnesota. They lose outright. Kansas City minus 1.5 against Buffalo. They lose outright and get thoroughly outplayed. But the winners were pretty clear-cut winners. Pittsburgh getting 3 against Indy, wins outright. San Francisco laying 2.5 against the Giants, wins by double digits. Seattle laying 3 against Washington, up 28-0. I don't even know what the final was, but I know they crushed them. So, felt good, Damonza, about our picks last week. Feel great about the picks this week. So great. This might be a quick show.
Sounds like 4-1, 5-0.
5-0. I've just been saying 4-1. Let's hit a 5-0.
Never go for the 5-0.
Let's hit 5-0 this week. And by the way, today's show is, of course, brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. Great week to try out Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. So much going on, not just Week 10 football, NBA, college football, college hoops, all sharing the stage. Always something to bet on. If you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet yet, time for you to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you get not only your winnings, but $150 in extra bonus bets. And if you're looking for an edge before you lock in, there is the exclusive Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub, loaded with trends, streaks, and stats to help guide your picks. Numbers don't lie, and neither does the data in the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub, such as San Francisco has covered the spread in 4 straight games as an underdog against the Rams, and Philly has 9 wins in a row against the NFC North. They, of course, are dogs in Green Bay on Monday. Check out the Stats Hub now. Get the edge and bet with confidence. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is the only legal sportsbook for whenever you're in Florida, and it's also live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, coming soon to more states as well. Plus, Hard Rock Bet offers new promos every single day, so whenever you're listening, just open the app, check out what you've got any day of the week. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit. All right, Damonza, let's get to the stayaways for this week.
Stayaways. We got teams on buys: Chiefs, Bengals, Cowboys, Titans. And the first stayaway is Buffalo at Miami. Miami's 9-point dogs.
All right, so here's the deal. Miami, I think, is the right side here. Letdown spot for Buffalo. Miami played them closer than the score would indicate the first time they played. Miami also, is on extra rest, having played on a Thursday. Miami also, I thought, actually moved the ball quite well against Baltimore. The problem is, I thought Miami played well against Baltimore and got blown out and scored 6 points.
Yeah.
I am just like the Dolphins are right now a very, very difficult team to put money on against good teams, even though I think they are the right side in this game. So I definitely would not lay the 9 with Buffalo. I'm staying away from it because I just think Miami's high leverage execution's been so bad, but Miami's the right side of this one. Next.
Baltimore at Minnesota. Minnesota's 4-point dogs.
I almost included Minnesota in this. I think Minnesota at home getting 4 with that defense and that coach, I think is the right side. However, JJ McCarthy still scares me. Baltimore having extra rest and being obviously, every game's a playoff game.
Lamar's
for
not
them.
coming off his first game back either.
Correct. And Lamar looked so good, basically after the first quarter and a half. I just felt like, man, you bet Minnesota. This thing could be 17-3 at halftime, and you just feel dead.
Yeah.
So I think Minnesota is the sharp side, getting 4 with a great coach at home and a defense coming off a really good performance, but I just couldn't do it. Next.
Cleveland at the Jets. Jets 2-point dogs.
Yeah, so the Jets are the right side of this.
Ooh.
The Jets were 2-point favorites. And then they traded away their guys and it flipped. And the reality is trading away 2 defensive players shouldn't move the line 4 points. However, I am concerned that the other players on the Jets are like, okay, season over. Yeah, just season over, we're done. And so I can't, as a matter of principle, and by the way, that's 3 straight home dogs. I can't bet Cleveland when I could have gotten them +2 at -2, but I also am too anxious to put money on the Jets until I see them play post these trades, so I'll stay away there. Next.
Yep. New Orleans at Carolina. Carolina's 5-point favorites.
I don't think Carolina has won a game as a favorite in 4 years.
Be insane.
Well, they're never favorites.
Crazy stuff. Oh, yeah.
So, so it's a little misleading, but I do believe that's true. I also think they would be the right side of it. But if a team hasn't covered as a favorite in 4 years, then I feel like
there are
I'd
other
be an
games
idiot.
on the landscape.
Yeah, there's other games. And also, this is not the greatest process, but I liked games enough this week that it was okay. Tie can go to, I don't want to care about this game.
Yep.
I don't want to care about this game at all. So it's just stay away. Next.
We got Arizona at Seattle. Seattle 6.5-point favorites.
I almost included Seattle. Arizona is just frisky enough with Jacoby that I kept it as a stay away. But Seattle's really good. Seattle is laying less than a touchdown. Seattle can be a prolific offense. Seattle is on a tiny rest edge because Arizona played Monday night. But the Cardinals have been in almost all their games this year.
That's fair.
And the offense has looked good with Jacoby. They've gotten Marvin more involved, so I'll stay away. But I did look long and hard at Seattle.
Next, we got Rams at San Francisco. San Francisco is 4.5-point dogs.
So the sharp side of this, I'm certain, is San Francisco. And if you're going to play a side here, you almost have to play San Francisco. A great coach at home against a team he has a lot of success against, getting more than a field goal. However, I really believe the Rams are going to win. And so I'm basically saying I think this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, or 4-point Rams win if I believe they're going to win and I bet San Francisco. So I'll stay away from it. But I know the right side of this game is San Francisco. I feel very confident in that. Next.
Detroit at Washington. Washington's 8-point dogs.
This is where gambling can be tough and where maybe my process is bad. This should be a Detroit smash spot.
Yeah.
Because Washington it's Mariota. Their season's done. Detroit just lost. But I just laid 8 points with Detroit. And they lost outright and that bet was dead immediately. I don't want to do it again. That's probably dumb. I should probably just swallow the 8 points with Detroit, but instead I'm staying away. Next one.
Philly at Green Bay. Green Bay's 2-point favorites.
Yep.
You kind of talked about them on the show yesterday, and this ended up being a stay away. Which way were you leaning before?
I was leaning Philly. Philly off a bye, healthy. It feels like Philly getting points is a great spot.
Yeah.
And what kept me away from it is the desperation disparity, where Philly, their players saw Washington's season end, Dallas's season end last week. And Green Bay, on the other hand, knows how much they need it. So that was enough to just have it be a stay away. But I think Philly getting points is, against basically anyone in the NFC, is almost a must bet, but not quite.
I imagine a Jalen Hurts led team is still very focused after this bye. A lot of desperation.
I do. I agree. I just think so. Again, that's why I'm staying away. But I like the Philly side of it. All right, Damonza. All our lines from Hard Rock Bet. We've got 5 games here. Let's go to the first one.
First off, you've got Atlanta plus 6.5 versus Indy.
Yeah. So this was Atlanta minus or plus 5.5. Plus.
This is also a Berlin game.
Yes.
For everybody.
Sunday morning. This is Atlanta plus 5.5 before the Colts traded for Sauce. That's stupid. That is fans overreacting to a trade. Yeah. A corner does not move the game a full point. It just doesn't. And so I'm getting a little extra value. I also feel like I know the Europe games favorites tend to win outright and cover, I think. I know they win outright a lot. It feels like this is a one-possession game. I do think that Atlanta's defense might be able to slow down a bit this prolific Indy offense. I also feel like this Indy team is different on turf on a fast track than it's going to be in Berlin. And I could see Atlanta winning. I certainly can see Atlanta having this game be tied at halftime or a 4-point game in the fourth quarter. Bijan's got to get going. Drake London was awesome, unbelievable this past week. And Penix worries me, but I'll take the extra point I'm getting because of the Sauce trade, and I'll take Atlanta plus the 6.5. All right, next.
Tampa Bay minus 2.5 versus New England.
I think
game.
New England's really good, but Tampa, I think, is better. They are off a bye. The Patriots were flirting with a loss last week that, they are kind of due for a loss, so to speak. Drake Maye is getting hit a ton, and he admitted some of that's on him. That concerns me a bit. Baker off a bye, 4-0 straight up as a favorite, and 6-4 against the spread with extended rest with the Bucs. Again, I'm getting what I think is the better team, and this is no disrespect to New England. The better team with the better quarterback at home off a bye, and I'm laying less than a field goal. So as good as New England's been, I think Tampa wins this game, and I think Tampa wins this game by at least a field goal. So I've got Tampa minus 2.5. Next.
Jacksonville minus 1 at Houston.
Yeah, this is just purely
who has the better offensive line?
Well, fading Davis Mills. I mean, the Texans' offense was awful with CJ.
I wasn't even thinking about CJ Stroud not playing. Yeah, that being minus 1 for the Jags, I think is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Davis Mills has started amazingly 25 games in his career. They're 5-19-1 in those games. And so the Jags defense is really good. I understand it's, a road divisional favorite, but the Broncos offense was awful this past week. Now, Houston's defense had something to do with it, to their credit. but Houston could do nothing because CJ was out of the game. And CJ's already been ruled out. So I'll just swallow the point with the Prince. It's bad for the Chiefs, by the way, if the Jags win this game. The Chiefs need one of those teams in the playoff picture to fall out. The Jags are the one most likely to do so. But I just think the Jags are the
that line could have been like
team.
-3, 3.5. I feel like, and it would have been weird.
Yeah. With Davis Mills being the quarterback, I'll just take Houston just to win. That's all I need at -1. So I'll take Jacksonville next.
Next, you got Chicago -3.5 versus the Giants.
So I'm going to continue fading the Giants because my belief that the Giants season ended with that devastating Broncos loss has just been validated by their last two performances, getting annihilated by the Eagles and getting beat by double digits by the Niners.
And Jaxson Dart doesn't want to say it, but he's hurt right now.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Jaxson Dart's banged up. Scadaboo's out, obviously, for the year. Neighbors has been out. Brian Daboll, after starting 7-2 as a rookie head coach, they have started 2-7 each of the last 3 years. He's just always mad at everyone. He should be mad at himself. And the Bears have an explosive offense. And by the way, a little benefit, this line is 4.5 in most other places. It's 3.5 at Hard Rock Bet. My theory on that, for the record, is Hard Rock Bet, obviously you can use it in Jersey, so Giants fans there. It's also the exclusive betting provider in Florida. A lot of New York transplants there. So I think it has been bet down from 4.5 plus 4.5 to 3.5 because all that money's coming in on the Giants. They're trying to get some Chicago money. We'll take advantage of it. Chicago -3.5. And I just don't trust the Giants defense right now. And I think that their spirit was stolen in that Broncos loss. So I'll lay 3.5 with Caleb. Next.
That one might be my favorite. Pittsburgh +3 at the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers without Joe Alt against an all of a sudden one game, but rejuvenated Steelers defense, and I'm getting 3 points with Tomlin. And so obviously the Steelers have to go east to west, which isn't ideal, but I'll deal with it. Tomlin, again, 67-40-4 against the spread as an underdog. And the week after, winning outright as a dog, he's 13-6-2 against the spread. I think the Steelers win this game, and if they don't, I think it's a last-second type of game. I'm getting 3 points. So our 5 games are Atlanta getting 6.5 against Indy and Berlin. Tampa laying 2.5 at home against the Patriots. Jacksonville laying 1 on the road against Houston. Chicago laying 3.5 at home against the Giants. And Pittsburgh getting the full 3 on the road against the Chargers. Oh, one other thing about that Steelers game. That's going to be a silent count game for the Chargers, Damonza. That's going to be all Steelers fans taking over SoFi in LA. And that's the other piece. That's not really a road game for them. All right. You thinking about upgrading to the all-new iPhone 17 Pro? You know, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever, but you're also thinking about the traffic on your way to the store, transferring all your data. Good news. When you order a new phone online with Boost Mobile, they'll send an expert to your home or work to deliver your brand new iPhone 17 Pro and get you all set up on Boost Mobile within minutes. No hassle transferring your data, getting you set up, all of it. Visit boostmobile.com to get started. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms do apply. All right, pal. Rough teaser. We alluded to it. You had Detroit down to a pick 'em. They lost outright. Yep. You had the Chiefs getting 6.5. They lost by 7. You did have the Chargers down to a pick 'em. They won. I gave you an A. It was kiss of death.
I don't think Detroit was covering at any point. Maybe when the game Yeah, I don't think
No.
any point. But,
No, they were never covering. Absolutely.
yeah, so this week we're going with another 3-team 8-point teaser. First off, we're going to tease Buffalo down to basically a pick 'em. We're teasing Cleveland. Yes, we're teasing Cleveland up to +6. And then I'm taking Philly to +10. Yeah, we got to turn the ship. It's getting rough. 4-5 now. 5-5 coming.
Well,
up.
I've got good news for you. I'm going to give this a C-,
Okay.
when I give you bad grades, you tend to hit them. Just the Cleveland part of this. Cleveland was getting 2. Now they're laying 2. You're teasing through the 0. You're not getting the 7. I hate every piece of it. Buffalo I like, and Philly I like. I hate the Cleveland leg.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. But they're going to go out there and take care of business. Come on, man. That defense just got depleted a little bit. Need y'all to go in there and make it a game. Act like you get paid to do this. But yeah, I think this team's 5-5 coming up. I'm sure.
I think I would have instead, I would have teased. If I were going to tease through the 0, I would have teased Jacksonville up to +7 because I don't think Davis Mills is blowing anybody out.
That's fair.
Since I wouldn't tease through the 0, I think I would have teased Atlanta. No, because they could get blown out. I think I would have teased Pittsburgh up to +11. But listen, it's your teaser. You're fine.
No, I'm riding it out. I'm riding this one out.
The teaser's been average. The picks have been average. What has not been average is the still undefeated Touchdown Genie.
Yes.
Go ahead, pal.
So last week you picked Josh Allen anytime touchdown score at +100, and he got it. He cashed out.
Yeah.
Chiefs are on a bye this week. So is there anybody else around the league that's catching your eye? Anytime touchdown scorer.
What is? Hold on. Yeah, I do have one.
Rome Odunze.
No, it's none of the ones listed, and I bet this is +200. What is Manoon guy? Can you guys look that up? The Bears running back. What is he? He's -125. Oh, well
we can't do that.
I mean, I thought I was. I guess I'm not the only guy.
Thought you found some good landscape.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that makes it tough. You know, let's just stay undefeated. We're going Manon guy -125. I like it.
All right.
What do we have for the offer?
So you smartly declined the World Series offer last Thursday. This week we're going with your picks and going in a same game parlay. Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson to both score a touchdown at +135. And
I'll take it.
You'll take that though? Okay.
Yeah. Why?
For two guys to score a touchdown at +135, I didn't know if that was like great odds, but it's because they're running backs.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's not, but it's just they've been two of the most reliable touchdown scorers of the year. But you're right. And I'm so proud of you. You're correct.
Yeah, I just thought
you would, in theory, like better odds than that on these. But the anytime touchdown scorer bets are tough to get sick odds on. But yeah, I think they're both going to score a touchdown in Berlin.
Lock it in.
So I will take it. Jonathan Taylor and Bijan. All right. Great job, Damonza. A huge thank you to SeatGeek, to Boost, to our great friends at Hard Rock Bet. Obviously, they're presenting sponsor. Huge thank you to Volume and to Blue Duck, and of course, our friends at Zen. Good luck, everyone, this weekend. We will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Talk to you guys soon. What's right?